The itch in the hand, a call to create. Sometimes, out of nowhere, your palm begins to itch, not sharply, not painfully, but with a quiet persistence. It's as if something beneath the skin is stirring, whispering for attention. In Eastern traditions, the hands are more than limbs, they are extensions of the heart, tools through which energy flows outward into the world. An itchy palm, especially the dominant one, is believed to signify readiness, a shift in energy asking to be moved, shaped, offered. Spiritually, the sensation may signal it's time to create, to build, or to give. In modern healing work, the hands are seen as gateways for manifestation, the space where dreams leave the mind and enter reality. If your right hand itches, it may be a nudge from your deeper self. Act, share, make. If it's the left, the message may be gentler. Receive, rest, trust. When this happens, pause. Place your hand over your heart and breathe deeply. Ask yourself, is there something I've been wanting to express but haven't? Now may be the time to pick up a pen, paintbrush, or simply write down one thing you long to offer the world. Your hand knows. Let it guide you. Each sensation, each subtle itch, is not random. It may be your soul knocking softly on the door of your awareness. So let us journey deeper now, one body part at a time, and uncover the spiritual language hidden in the skin. 1. The whisper of the scalp. When the mind seeks silence, it begins quietly, almost unnoticed, a gentle tickle at the crown of your head. The kind of itch that doesn't go away with a scratch. Maybe it comes while you're driving, or just before sleep. It's not the dryness of winter air, nor the reaction to a product. It feels deeper, as though something beneath the skin is stirring, a thought unformed, a pressure unsaid. In Eastern spiritual thought, the top of the head corresponds to the crown chakra, the energy center linked to consciousness, clarity, and divine connection. When this area begins to itch without a medical cause, it may be your inner self asking for stillness. The scalp, especially the crown, is seen as the doorway to the sky, the meeting point between human thought and higher awareness. In modern healing language, we might call it mental overload, scattered energy, or digital fatigue. But deeper still, it may be the soul's way of signaling a disconnection between your thoughts and your truth. Your mind might be full not just with to-dos and conversations, but with unresolved loops, unspoken fears, and half-finished dreams. An itchy scalp can be the body's symbolic request. Make space. Clear the altar of your mind. It doesn't demand dramatic change, just your presence. A few quiet minutes where thought is not the master, but the guest. When you feel this kind of itch, don't rush past it. Find a calm space. Sit with your spine tall, letting your breath rise and fall like soft waves. Close your eyes. Bring your attention gently to the top of your head, as if you're opening a window to the sky. Breathe into it. You don't need answers. You only need room. Meditation is powerful here, not as a performance, but as an offering. Let thoughts come and go like birds. Trust that stillness is doing more than noise ever could. If silence feels unreachable, try writing. Not to solve, just to release. Let your pen be your comb, brushing through tangled thoughts until one small space opens. Or go outside. Feel sunlight on your crown. Let the wind pass through your hair like a cleansing stream. The goal isn't to stop thinking. It's to remember you are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. Your body is not random. The itch is not random. It is the temple knocking from within, asking you to return. In the fast rhythms of modern life, the scalp's gentle signal may be your invitation to pause and to remember that the mind, like a garden, needs tending, not just with ideas, but with quiet too. As we begin to listen to the body as a sacred messenger, each area reveals its own quiet language, starting with where the signals first emerge. 2. The itch on the face. Seeing and speaking with clarity. There are moments when an itch creeps across the face, not painful, just present. A soft twitch near the eyes, a tickle around the nose, or a restlessness at the edge of the lips. It doesn't always beg for scratching. Sometimes it just lingers, as though asking to be noticed. In daily life, this may happen when you're deep in conversation, caught in thought, or alone in a moment of quiet reflection. It's subtle but persistent, as if your body is trying to speak before your words catch up. In Eastern energy traditions, The face holds multiple doorways to awareness. The throat chakra, located just below the jawline, governs communication and self-expression. The third eye chakra, positioned between the brows, is tied to intuition and perception, to seeing clearly both inward and outward. When the skin around your face itches without cause, it may reflect an inner conflict between what you're seeing and what you're saying. You might be holding back a truth, censoring your voice, or sensing something that hasn't yet reached the surface of language. In modern healing terms, it may signal emotional static, a kind of energetic fuzziness around identity, truth, or perspective. The face is the part of us that meets the world. It's what others read, what we hide behind, and where we project both strength and uncertainty. An itch here can be a gentle invitation. Are you really seeing what's in front of you? Are you being fully seen? Often it signals a need to align what you feel, what you know, and what you say. There may be a truth within you waiting for its voice. When this sensation arises, slow down. Sit in front of a mirror, not to judge your appearance, but to witness your presence. Look into your own eyes, not for flaws, but for clarity. What are you not saying? What are you not seeing? You don't need immediate answers, just the courage to ask. Journaling can be a powerful act here. Write a letter you never send. Say the thing out loud to yourself in an empty room. Even whispering your own truth into the quiet can soften the inner static. Another path is conscious breath, breathing in through the nose, out through gently parted lips, allowing the energy around the face to calm, realign, and open. Or try warm water on the skin, as if you are cleansing not just your pores, but your perspective. The itch isn't a nuisance, it's a messenger. The face, after all, is the canvas of the soul's dialogue with the world. When it calls, it may be time to look again. Speak gently, and let something true find its way to light. Beyond personal experience, cultures across the world have long given meaning to these sensations, each tradition adding its own layer of wisdom. 3. The restlessness in the feet, a soul ready to move. There are moments when the soles of your feet begin to itch, not from shoes or terrain, but from somewhere deeper, a low hum beneath the skin, a soft buzzing just beneath awareness. You may feel it while standing still, during quiet hours at home, or even in bed, when the rest of your body is calm, but your feet feel unsettled. It's a strange sensation, as if your feet are trying to go somewhere before your mind has caught up. In many Eastern traditions, the feet symbolize our connection to the earth, the roots of the human tree. Within the framework of subtle energy, the feet carry the grounding force of Muladhara, the root chakra. This center governs safety, belonging, direction, and the stability we need to move forward in life. When the feet itch without a physical cause, it can suggest that this root energy is stirring. There may be a readiness within you to change something fundamental. Your path, your location, your rhythm, or perhaps your inner self is longing to feel rooted again after too long drifting. Spiritually, itchy feet may reflect a crossroads between motion and meaning. You might be resisting movement you know is necessary, or craving a shift without knowing where to go. In modern emotional healing, this restlessness is often linked to stagnation, to being too long in one place physically or mentally without honoring your soul's need to evolve. When this sensation arises, honor it not as irritation, but as guidance. Sit down, close your eyes, and place both feet firmly on the floor. Feel the contact, notice the weight. Breathe into your soles as if sending energy into the earth. Ask gently, where am I being called to go? The answer may not be literal. It might be emotional or creative, a project you've been avoiding, a decision you've postponed, or a truth you've outgrown. Sometimes the body knows before the mind admits. To respond, begin with simple movement. Walk without purpose. Let each step be a sentence in a conversation between you and the earth. If movement isn't possible, journal instead. Write about what feels stuck. Draw a map of where you've been or where your spirit wants to explore. Let your pen be your feet. The feet are not just transportation, they are direction, intuition, and motion. When they itch, they may be signaling that the path beneath you is no longer aligned, or that the ground is ready to support a new step. Listen, your body is not pulling you away, it may be guiding you home. Still, no matter the tradition, these sensations often echo something deeper: stored emotions, our inner tensions, our unspoken truths. 4. The weight on the back where we carry what we hide. Sometimes, there's an itch between the shoulder blades, or a patch of tingling just beneath the neck. It might drift lower, spreading across the spine, or gather near the lower back like a hum. It's the kind of sensation that fingers can't easily reach, the kind that asks not to be scratched, but understood. Often it arises quietly, during still moments when you've been sitting too long, holding too much, or saying too little. It's less about the skin and more about what's pressing underneath. In spiritual traditions, the back is seen as the part of the body that carries both physically and emotionally. It is the unseen surface, the place we turn away from, and yet the part that holds everything we don't show. Eastern thought often relates the spine to the central energy channel, where chakras align from root to crown. When energy collects or stagnates along this line, especially in the heart or sacral region, it can show up as discomfort in the back. In modern emotional healing, the back is frequently where stress, unspoken grief, and buried burdens live. It's where we store the weight of unresolved expectations, both our own and others. An itchy back may be a quiet message from the body. You're carrying something that no longer belongs to you. Maybe it's a responsibility you've outgrown. Maybe it's an emotional debt you've never owed. Or perhaps it's an old story, one you've worn so long it feels like skin. When this sensation appears, instead of rushing to soothe it away, pause, sit or lie down and bring awareness to the part of your back that speaks. Imagine it not as a problem, but as a messenger, a hand pressing gently between your shoulders, asking you to pay attention. Inhale deeply, and on the exhale, imagine letting go of something heavy. You don't need to name it right away. The body often knows before the mind admits. You might find healing through movements, slow stretches that open the upper back and shoulders, or grounding yoga that engages the spine. Or you might need stillness. Try resting your back fully against a wall or the ground. Feel the support. Let yourself be held. Journaling can also offer release. Write about what you feel responsible for. Ask honestly, is this mine to carry? Sometimes the act of naming is enough to begin the letting go. The back, like the foundation of a building, holds much of what we never see, and yet it keeps us upright. When it itches, tenses, or aches, it's not just calling for relief. It may be reminding you that you're not meant to hold everything alone. The temple of the body is wise, and sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is to put something down and not pick it back up. Once we understand what the body may be holding, the next step is learning how to respond gently, intentionally, and with care. 5. The stirring in the belly where power and emotion intertwine. Sometimes the itch rises in the belly, low, near the navel, or higher, just below the ribs. It might come with warmth or a flicker of tension, a subtle pulse beneath the surface that resists being ignored. It doesn't demand scratching so much as attention. It feels as though something inside is churning, a restlessness that doesn't come from food or illness, but from emotion. A kind of spiritual stirring in the center of your being. In Eastern energy systems, this space is home to the solar plexus chakra, the seat of personal power, will, confidence, and identity. It's also a region deeply tied to the gut, often called the second brain, where emotion and intuition meet. When the belly itches, tightens, or grows uneasy without cause, it may reflect something energetic trying to surface. You might be holding in a decision you're afraid to make, a truth you've hesitated to own, or anger that's gone unspoken for too long. This part of the body speaks when something needs to move through courage, through clarity, through emotional release. Modern emotional healing sees the belly not just as a digestive system, but as an emotional processor. We swallow stress. We stomach what we don't want to feel. We carry worry, fear, and unprocessed tension here, hoping it will go away. But the body remembers, and sometimes, a small itch in the abdomen is the soul's way of knocking. There's something here you're ready to face. If you feel that restlessness, pause. Place one hand over your stomach and breathe deeply into that space. Not to fix it, but to listen. Ask, what am I holding here that I haven't named? You don't have to answer aloud. Often, it's enough to feel the question inside and create space for it to unfold. You might find clarity through journaling. Begin not with explanation, but with sensation. Right now, I feel a tightening in my belly. let the pen lead. Or try movement, a slow twist of the torso, a gentle forward fold, something that allows the body to speak in motion. Breath work, too, can unlock emotion here. Inhale into the belly, exhale with sound. Let your breath clear the static that words cannot reach. If the sensation persists, approach it with compassion. This is not a flaw to fix, it's a message to receive. The abdomen is the hearth of your inner fire. When it itches, when it pulses or tightens, it may be time to step into your power with honesty. Not in aggression, but in quiet alignment. To stand in who you are, without apology. The body is a temple. The belly is its flame. When it flickers, lean in. There may be something sacred ready to rise. In the end, each sensation becomes not just a message but a doorway, inviting us to reconnect with who we truly are. The warmth in the chest, listening to the heart's quiet truth. Sometimes there's a gentle warmth or flutter in the chest, not painful, not alarming, just present. It might come when you're remembering someone, facing a decision, or simply sitting in stillness. It's not always easy to name, but it lingers like a whisper from within, calling attention not to what's outside, but to what's waiting inside. A feeling that your heart is trying to speak in the only language it knows, sensation. In Eastern energy philosophy, this area houses the heart chakra, the bridge between our earthly roots and higher awareness. It is the home of compassion, truth, vulnerability, and connection. In modern healing, the chest is often where grief settles, where love resides, and where longing lives unspoken. A flutter, a tightness, or even a soft itch across this space may be your soul asking for permission to feel, to forgive, to release, or to open again. When this sensation arises, don't turn away. Rest your hand over your chest and breathe as if into a sacred flame. Ask gently, what truth lives here that I've been afraid to feel? No need to rush. Let silence be your answer, if silence is all that comes. This is the heart as compass, as storyteller, as teacher. Its wisdom won't always shout, but it never stops speaking. Let it guide you not by force, but by feeling. Write it down. Sing it softly. Walk with it until the message feels like peace. The body is your temple, and the heart is the altar. Trust its signals. They're not random, they're a return to who you really are.